Wellness means to me holistic self-care, meaning working on your physical health, mental health, emotional health, relational health, spiritual health, and then, of course, energetic. Hi, I am Karen Robinson. I am the CEO and founder of Heal, Thrive, Dream. I am a trauma recovery expert, and I'm delighted to say I work with women all over the world in healing their interpersonal traumas. I would select mental. The reason is if you get your mind straight and work on how you think, it can change those other pillars of wellness as well. It's hard to be financially savvy or physically healthy if you don't work on thinking in those directions, thinking that you are abundant or thinking that you deserve to take very good care of yourself. Financial wellness, I would define that as taking the time to look at and be more aware of any financial wounds that stem from childhood. For example, did your family struggle with poverty? Was there any lack mindset that was passed down to you? So first is taking a peek and how your family dealt with money and how you feel about money, how you think about money. And then look at room for improvement. Do you have a budget that feels life-giving to you, or is it too restrictive? Or maybe it's too lenient. So just taking a peek at what can be improved and pay yourself first, meaning invest in yourself, in your self-care, and also your financial future. I think society would define me as a Caucasian woman. I think sometimes how someone may look at me or look at my credentials, they could possibly make assumptions. For example, you may look at me and not know that I have French Canadian roots and Native American roots in my history. My family is half American and half Canadian. My mom is American, my dad's Canadian. Both of my grandfathers went across the border to find their brides. One grandparent is American, one grandparent is Canadian. One of my grandmothers was French Canadian, and one of my grandfathers came over from Britain. I also know that there was a lot of dysfunction, poverty, and trauma within my family. One of my great grandmothers grew up in a halfway house for runaway girls. And it's fascinating to me because I also ended up running away from home. So my identity, Christian, but I'm also very spiritual and I love learning about religion. Even though I grew up in a primarily white neighborhood, there was a native reservation nearby, but most people in my area looked white. I worked in Japan, Okinawa, Japan, for 5 years. I also was a single mom of a little girl who's Peruvian. And then while I was there as a single mom, I made the decision to adopt another child, and I adopted a little girl born in Japan, but is not Japanese. She's Native American, Hispanic, African American, and Caucasian. And then when I moved back to the States and remarried, I had another child who's biracial. So it's like the United Nations in my home. I love it.